Hello, everybody. This is Ryan Cardula, and I'm your instructor for inferential statistics this term. I'm really excited to get to work with you and also get to know you from this class. Um, there's a few things I'd like to go over with you about these announcements. The first one is you'll get an announcement like this once a week, typically on Monday morning, and you'll get another one. You get at least one more by Thursday of each week. There's a couple of things I want to remind you about in order to be successful in a class like this. The first one deals with your study plan. I feel like it's important that you develop a study plan and dedicate time to working on the materials in this online course. One thing I have found over time of taking online courses and also teaching online courses is that it tends to be really easy to let this work slide because it's really not scheduled. I have found that it's most effective for me to schedule my time. So I would actually block out time in the evenings, on the weekends, in the mornings, where I would consistently work on my assignments. So that's one thing that I would recommend that you do. As an instructor, I also do that. So I plan on dedicating time every week to working on the material in this course. It'll be set, it'll be regular, it'll be scheduled. So that way I'm making sure that I'm meeting the needs of the class and also of you. Some of the things that we know about this course is that every week we'll have 2 discussion boards. This week you have 3 because you have also introductory. Initial posts for those are due on Wednesday. Make sure that you construct well thought out posts. Make sure they're professionally written. Don't do texting format or things like that. Make sure they're full sentences, things like that. On top of that, you need to reply to at least 2 people before the end of the week. And you also should go back and look at the replies to your posts. Because typically, the people that reply to you should be asking you questions. There may be things that you can clarify or keep the discussion going. In addition to the discussion posts, you also have weekly problems. Those problems are due on Sunday. So make sure you plan to get those done. A few things. Another piece besides the schedule. Another piece that's important to me is communication. Part of the communication discussion boards. We talked about that already. So it's important that you do those regularly and that you spend some time with those. Another piece of communication is the course materials. Make sure you look at the syllabus, the weekly assignments, course policies, etc. Just take a little bit of time to navigate around the Blackboard suite to make sure you know what everything is and all the expectations. Again, weekly problems are due by Sunday. Please make sure you get those posted, write them out, and post them. And if you have questions, another piece of the communication is questions. If you have questions, there's a cafe in the discussion section. You can post in there, and I will try to make sure I look at that at least once a day. You can also email me, and we can visit that way. Okay, so some recommendations that I have for you moving forward to help you be successful is to, again, schedule your time. I recommend that you start looking at the weekly materials early in the week. I suggest you start working on your discussion boards early in the week. And one thing that I do with my discussion boards is I type them in like Word or Google Docs or something like that, and then I copy and paste them into the discussion board. That way, if something happens and they're lost, I can always put them back in there. And I do that. I type everything in an external word processor, whether it be Word, Google Docs, or whatever you have access to. So work the weekly materials. Make sure you work on your initial discussion board post by Wednesday. After that, make sure you're following up and replying to 2 people, but then also follow up to the people that have replied to you to answer their questions or provide clarification. And then make sure you get your weekly problems done and submitted by Sunday. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to try to connect with you and answer your questions. So again, this is Ryan, and I really look forward to working with you during this term. Thanks.